In this session, you will learn how to enter numeric marks for elementary grades 3 through 5. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have the correct course selected. The next thing we want to make sure is that our reporting term is set to the current reporting term. To add assignments, we click the Assignments tab at the top. At the bottom, you have a plus sign for adding assignments and a minus sign for deleting assignments. We're going to click on the plus sign, and now you can see our assignment entry window has appeared. So I'm going to put in just a few assignments for us to work with today. This first one will just be a classwork, and you're going to name these more specifically so that they appear correctly in your grade book and your parents know what the assignments are. So I'm going to name this, give it an abbreviation, choose my category, which is classwork quizzes. You can see it's already set to points. Don't be confused. If you have percentages here, that's okay for elementary. Points and percentages work the same way because you've already set your category weights. So don't worry about that part. Your points possible should be 100. The only time you use extra points is if you want to add some points to an assignment. Your due date is here. You can change that by clicking on the calendar. And there's also an area at the bottom where you can type in a brief description of your assignment so that parents can get more information. Real quickly, let me show you the Publish tab. This is simply saying that this assignment is going to be published to the parent portal. Eventually, we will be giving this access to parents. There's also a Standards tab. The state will be loading in our standards, however, that part is not ready yet. So I'll go back to my Assignment tab. Once I've entered all the information, all I have to do is click on the Save button in the bottom right corner. You'll notice that now I have a line item in my assignment list for classwork. I'm going to add another assignment by clicking on the plus sign. And this is where you will name. I'm just going to do a quick test here. Put it in my test and projects category and click Save. And this is where I'll just show you I'll put in 5 extra points so students can get up to 105. So there's extra points there. And then we save, and you can see now my maximum is 105 for this assignment. And you can see the line item for my test. I'm going to add one more. And this will be a homework grade. And we'll just put HW1 for that and select our category homework and then save. So now I have 3 assignments to work with. I'm going to click on the small X here in the middle of the screen so you can see how to close your assignment entry window. As you get more assignments, you'll be able to see them on this full screen list. So now let's put in some grades. I'm going to click on Score Sheet at the top. If you notice here, I have the area where my students are listed. I have a grade area here in the middle, which is where your averages are going to be showing up once we get some grades in. And then you can see the assignments across the top that I just entered. So to put in grades, all you have to do is click in the cell beside the student's name, and you can type in the grade for the assignment. Now it's important that you remember you're only putting in grades for those courses that get numeric marks. So as you can see, as I'm keying in the grade, it is updating the area over here in the final grade area. And just a few tricks to show you here. Let's say the majority of your class scored an 85 on this assignment. You can click in this cell, right-click with your mouse. You can go to Fill Scores. That's like the copy down feature in NCWise. So we're going to fill scores here. And all it's asking me is which scores do you want to fill in. I'm just going to fill in the ones that don't have a grade yet. I click the checkbox beside 85. And click OK. And you can see now that all of those 85s have now filled in, and I can just go through and fix the grades for students that did not get the 85. That may make putting in grades go a little quicker for you. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put in a homework grade as well, and I'm going to do this a little quickly so you can see. Let me just tell you, the collected, this is simply the work was collected. It's a flag for you. It doesn't affect the average. Late, again, we can mark things late so that it's a flag. It doesn't affect the average. But exempt, that's where you have a student that for whatever reason doesn't complete an assignment and you exempt them so they're not responsible for that assignment. That will not add into the average even if there's a grade there. So exempt does affect the average. Again, we have missing, which is simply a flag. And then there's this function here called grades. So for instance, I'm just going to click on this empty cell. I haven't typed in a grade yet. If I don't want to type the score, I can click on grades and I can navigate over and select the grade that the student received on that assignment. We can also do our copy down or our fill in scores, right-clicking, fill the scores. And again, I can pick which ones to fill in. I'm going to click here to fill in my 100, click OK, and you can see all the marks are now filled in. So you can also right-click in this box. You can clear the score, or you can just delete it whenever you're keying in the spreadsheet. We also have our score inspector. Remember, our score inspector does some special things with scores, and you'll probably use your score inspector more whenever you do your final grades than you will when you're just keying in assignments. Okay, and then real quickly here, I'm just going to do a quick copy down just to fill in all these scores so we can see what the calculation, what's going on with our calculations. Okay, so now we have all of our grades in. If you'll notice, I have a percent column and I also have a final grade column. So what's going to happen here is this is where your progress reports and report cards, when it comes time to do that, this is the area that you're going to be able to work in. So real quickly, I'm going to show you the score inspector and kind of how you're going to use that. If you need to adjust a mark, so sometimes teachers need to manually override a grade and add a point, or there could be other reasons for that. To do that, all you have to do when it comes time for your progress report or report card, you can simply come over to this area. You're going to right-click and go to your score inspector. So this is what the score inspector does. The score inspector lets you manually override the grade. So let's say this student did some extra work and you're going to give that student a 93. Whenever you click close, and I'm just going to put it in the percent column now so you can see what that looks like. Just click close and you can see now that the grade has been manually changed here in the 93. Well, what we want to do is we want to make sure that our percent and our final grades for the quarter match. So I'm going to right-click again, go to my score inspector, and I'm going to make sure that I make that same change here and put that 93 in. And I'm going to click close, and you can see now that both of these marks appear in bold because they have been manually adjusted. Most of you have seen this because of the way you're going to do your SNs and U's. Very similar, but you can also do it for numeric marks as I just demonstrated. So that's how easy it is to put in grades and assignments in your grade book. Now some of you may block, and there may be a reason that you want to copy an assignment into other classes. So that can be done. All you have to do is come up to the top where your assignments are in your column headers. And let's just say that this homework grade needs to be copied into another class. I can right-click, go to Copy Assignments. Oh, let me do this first. I always forget this part. Once you key in your grades, it is so important. Click the right Save button in the bottom right corner. Save. We want to make sure we save everything. So get in that habit of clicking that Save button before you do any other task. So now I'm going to right-click on my assignment, go to Copy Assignments, and it's going to ask me which assignments do I want to copy. Let's just say I want to copy classwork and homework into another class. Again, most of you won't use this unless you block. I click Next. And now I can select any other class that I want to copy these assignments into. And to select the classes, you just put a check in the box of the classes that you want to get this same assignment. And then you click OK. And now the assignments are going to be copied into that class. So if I come over and click on my language arts class, you'll see that I have some assignments in there that have been copied. There was already one in there for this teacher. But you can see the two that I just made and copied are now appearing in this class. I'm going to go back to my science class. If for some reason you need to delete an assignment, all you have to do to delete, you can right-click here on your spreadsheet and go to Delete Assignment. And it will ask you, are you sure you want to delete this? And you say yes. And if you notice, it takes all the grades with it, so be very careful. You can also click back on your Assignment tab, and you can delete an assignment from this page. You simply click on the assignment, and you can click on the minus sign at the bottom of the screen and delete an assignment. And again, it will ask you, are you sure? And you can say yes. And now it has taken test off my list. If I go back to my score sheet, you can see now that I'm down to one assignment. So this is enough, hopefully, to get you started with keying in your grades and assignments. Again, pay attention to your score inspector. Make sure that you learn how to use that. You will need to do that when it comes time for progress reports and report cards to make those special adjustments. I will go ahead and show you too, under your score inspector, there's a comment tab at the top. Please don't type in comments in the free write area at this time. We want you to use the comments provided by the district. If you click on the comment tab, you can see that there are comments here on the screen. And this is where you're going to select your comments for your progress reports. And you will get more information about that prior to a progress report. But just in case you get curious, this is where that information is going to be. And you simply select a comment, click on Insert Selected, and it shows up down at the bottom. And you can move between students here using these up and down arrows. So if I wanted to go to the next student, I would just do this, select the comment, insert it, and then move to the next student. Once you're finished with your comments, you can click Close, and you will see that we have a little comment flag now, this little blue C that shows that there are comments in for that student. Again, you'll get more information on that a little bit later. And that's pretty much it for adding grades and assignments.